increase the accuracy of your cutting in Versaworks to be applied to your Roland VersaCAMM and VersaSTUDIO, you'll want to make sure that your jobs are set up properly. One of the features within Versaworks that we can use to do this is called the custom cut feature. What this allows us to do is, in the example here, we have a graphic that is just over 6 by 6 inches, and we're going to be doing 21 copies of this. At the end of 21 copies, because of all the cutting that is being performed and the accuracy of the machine, I may be slightly off, and it will increase as it goes on for longer and longer runs. We can reduce the length of a run, say only a couple of feet before it goes back to cut, or I can use the custom cut feature and have Versaworks send the job over to the VersaCAMM as one strip at a time or one row at a time. In this example, I have 21 copies and I have 3 rows here. To break this into rows for each one so that Versaworks knows to print the row and then cut that row, thereby increasing its accuracy by not running as long before it goes back to cut, I need to use custom cut. So I first will hit get media width, okay, and then once my media width has been determined, I will copy that. You can either mentally copy it down or highlight it and press Ctrl C as I've done here. Drop down the size menu and go to custom cut. The screen changes drastically at this point, and if I were to get media width again, you'll notice that it gets the correct width, but it goes back to custom roll. I'll drop it back down and go to custom cut, and under the width, I'll input that width that I had gotten when I hit get media width, 51.92. Press enter, and you'll see the screen update. The next step is determining what the height is going to be, and this is determined by the orientation of your graphic. In this example, my graphic is upside down, but it's still in the correct height and width orientation as it is shown in the scaling area. My height is 6.09. The height I want to put in here will be slightly larger than that. So I will start off with 6.15. Hit enter. You'll now see that it's been broken into 3 strips. What Versaworks sees these as is pages. And you'll notice down here page 1, 2, and 3. Versaworks at the end of a page will go back and perform any cutting functions. So now if I were to send this job to the VersaCAMM, it would print this row, stop, go back and cut that row, and then move on to the second one. The other step that you need to take to ensure that you're not wasting material is go to your Printer Controls tab, and under Custom Settings here, check this box and change the page space. The page space is applied in between each one of these. The default is 40 millimeters. If I want to reduce the amount of waste, I'll reduce that to 0, which sometimes can be a little too close if you're doing, say, a perforated cut, or 10. So now there's a slight bit of space in between each one of these rows, allowing for an operator after the job is done to appropriately cut them, mask them, and do any other operations they would need. Once this setting is complete and I'm pleased with the output, hit OK, and then I can run the job to the printer as normal.